In today's camera market, there is such a plethora of choice that it's very difficult to know what's the best camera for you, especially if you don't have much experience. And with the camera industry producing cameras at such a fast pace, like every month there's a new piece of equipment coming, a new drone, a new camera, a new lens, a new everything, it starts to become very confusing, And this confusion that arises is not even our fault. It is a consequence of the rapid advancement of technology. And yes, it is in our human nature to want to advance, to want the best thing, to want the newest thing, to want more and more and more and more and more. But not everybody has lying around thousands of euros to spend on the newest Fujifilm camera or the newest DJI drone. Most people have normal jobs and don't have that amount of money to be updated. I mean, don't you find it frustrating when you buy a new camera, right? And the next month, the camera company just announces the release of a new camera. And you're like, fuck my life. Again? Really? I fucking hate it. I mean, gear is fun. It's nice to play with. It's always nice to have a new lens, a new camera, new features, new algorithms that are the best at focusing. But gear is not necessarily everything, is it now? If we talk about gear that you bought recently, over the past, 3, 4, 5 years, something like that, I am pretty sure that it is still a very capable piece of equipment. Don't believe me? Come with me. I'll take you to a place that might change your mind.
Train was late. We lost the other train. Snacks.
My name is Richard. I'm from Latvia.
Nobody cares, girl. I believe that 99% of photographers and videographers love gear, like, cameras, lenses, hand grips, battery grips, filters, monitor, cages, all sorts of accessories that will transform your camera in a mighty beast. And it will improve your overall experience of using that camera. But it can also go the opposite way sometimes. Sometimes it can make you just, doubt yourself and not use the gear because you have too much of it, and it will just sit there collecting dust.
Shot through a world like wow, feel it getting stronger now. Trailblazer, rule breaker, new flavor, straight laser.
Yeah, nice food, right? Yeah, baby.
All right, beautiful people, we are in Charleroi, a city south of Brussels, hometown of the Charleroi airport, and apparently the Museum of Photography. And since we are talking about photography and gear acquisition and stuff like that, buying more and more and more gear to shoot better photography, I thought we would come in this place in the Museum of Photography so that we can check out what people used to do with less gear than we have right now. Those photographs remain in history, and now they're in a museum, and they were done with less gear than we have. Very often I get lost in gear or editing techniques or new stuff that's coming out, when the most important thing is doing the best I can with what I have in that moment, right there with me. I mean, sure, you can desire a new camera that just came out, but more than the camera, what I think we should all desire is to do the work, to put it out there, to actually do it. The gear should be the last of our problems, to take our project to life. A photo by itself doesn't say too much sometimes, but when you put them together, they create this harmony that makes sense. They work. That's the whole point of creating a big body of work and put it together, like, to create a book, to do an exhibition or something like that. These were the cameras in the past, and now, there's a new camera. A new camera came out. The new Sony came out, and I need to have it so I can start working on a project. Dude, these people shot with this. They had like 3, 5, 10 minutes exposure times to take one photo. So you see how people kind of tend to disappear here, and the water is like blurry. They used to shoot long exposures because their camera didn't allow them to shoot faster shutter speeds because of their aperture. The cameras were limited. Damn, it's fucking raining, but our adventure is not over yet. Go, 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 go. But I feel like this is not safe. Still feels kind of weird. Can you hear me? Yeah, it was like an abandoned gas container that's been in this use for like years now. All of this is to say that we just created memories, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day. You know, you've taken a shot, maybe it's not the best shot ever, maybe you could have improved it, but at the same time, you just did the best you could with gear that you have. I guess that's the most important thing at the end. So gear is nice, and it makes your life a lot easier sometimes, and it speeds up your process, especially if you're doing professional photography or you're making money out of this. So it shouldn't be the only reason that you do your work, that you can do your work. You should be able to do the work in any way possible. Gear should be just a little bit of extra flavor on your main dish that makes it become the bomb, you know? After going to the museum, we went to this abandoned place. This is like a gas tank or something like that. Point is, there wasn't much light, so I had to shoot at 12,000 ISO or something like that. And the pictures came out really grainy, but I embraced the grain in those pictures. And the thing is this, these photos remind me of a good moment spent with my bud, you know, just going on an adventure. At the end of the day, I think that's the most important thing, is just to have fun and enjoy the shit you're doing and not being worried of, oh my god, what lens should I use? If you focus on creating something that's engaging and that conveys something, an emotion, a story, whatever the fuck it is, I think that's the most important thing. I came to realize that, because I used to think that gear is important, and to a certain extent it is, but I don't know. I just came to have this self-awareness now that gear does matter to a certain extent, but the most important thing is to do something that it's enjoyable, that will create a memory for you first of all, and then for others. And if you're a professional photographer, that should be your main objective as well, but in that case to create a memory for others, whether it's with the newest camera that came out or with your real old camera or iPhone or whatever it is that you have. Yeah, man.